This Lowe's has received a new shipment since the last time I was here, and I cannot believe the plants that I'm seeing. Today is a Lowe's plant shopping day, so I'm gonna go by Lowe's and I'm gonna share all of the cool houseplants they have in stock, the names of them, how to take care of them, just like tips and tricks, the prices. I'm also going to be on the lookout for like rare and uncommon plants that are now onto the big box plant shop market. So it's very, very exciting to see these beautiful plants available now to the masses for affordable prices. I'm all for it. I'm really looking forward to going today, having a little bit of plant therapy, my favorite thing. And I'm guessing there will probably be a haul, so that will be at the end of the video. And if you like planty stuff, definitely subscribe so they show up in your newsfeed. We also have a great community on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. All right, I'm so ready to do some shopping. Let's go. This Lowe's has received a new shipment since the last time I was here, and I cannot believe the plants that I'm seeing. All right, they have so many great plants already off the bat here at Lowe's. Here we have a silver band Maranta. This used to be a really uncommon Maranta for a long time, but we are seeing them now readily available at big box shops. That's an ongoing trend, is a lot of plants that used to be very expensive, rare, and uncommon are now becoming more widely available at these big box shops, which is so exciting. And silver band Maranta is one of them. You can identify it by literally like a silver band down the leaf of the Maranta. This is also new. I haven't seen these little hanging plant holders yet. So I think this is like new this year. And even though we're approaching the end of summer, I'm still seeing so many new plant releases. It's crazy. And new like pots and holders and all sorts of cute stuff. Oh, and then the price on this one, these are $16.98, and I've been seeing like large size Marantas as well. And then these are red Marantas, which you can tell they're red Marantas because of like the red on the front of the leaves and then also on the backs. Ooh, there's some Hoya. I've been seeing a lot of Hoya lately. So this looks like a Hoya Crimson Queen. It's absolutely beautiful. And see if I see a little pricey price on here. Did I miss it? I'm guessing they're about $20, $16 to $20. And you can tell the queen because it has variegation on the outside of the Hoya leaves, and the Crimson Princess has variegation on the inside. And Hoyas are pet friendly, which is really awesome. We have a few Pothos here. These pots are cool with like the little stripes on there. I like these as well. These are carnivorous plants. And with carnivorous plants, you just want to make sure they get a lot of humidity. You use distilled water. And these guys are cool. These look like little pitcher plants. $19 for these. Carnivorous plants are really great. There's a lot of them that can actually help with like fungus gnats in the homes. They're really neat. And peperomia here. Now peperomia are pet friendly. Have some hydroponic plants growing here, just growing in water. Some sort of philodendron it looks like, maybe a jungle boogie or something. It's hard to tell when the philodendrons are in their juvenile leaf forms, but then once they get to their adult leaf forms, that's really when you can tell. This is a really pretty terrarium. How much is this? $44. I'm curious how they've done it. So it looks like they just have regular soil, some rocks at the bottom. Hopefully they have some activated charcoal in there, but the fact that it's open on the side prevents it from getting bacteria and being too stagnant. So if you do a terrarium that's completely closed off, it's a little bit of a different process than that. But this looks really pretty. Some philodendron Birkins. Wow, this one is like one of the most beautiful ones I've seen. It's really lush. It's humongous. And philodendron Birkins are great. They're tolerant of lower light conditions. They're drought tolerant because they have nice thick leaves. When you have plants that have thick leaves, they're more drought tolerant because they can store water in the leaves, versus a plant with thin leaves won't be able to go as long without water. I don't see a price on, oh, here we go. Let's see what the price is. $20. That's a good deal on that huge Birkin. Then we have some Monstera deliciosa here. It's not fenestrating yet. For $20, you can probably get a bigger, more adult form Monstera if you look a little bit. Have some pretty ficus varieties, a burgundy over here, and a ruby. Another philodendron. This one might be a green princess. No, maybe Birkin. I find the green princess looks a lot like a Birkin, except it's just solid green without the variegation that you see with the Birkin. It might be labeled SP as well, like a variety that they're not sure what it is. Then we have the anthurium, like a bird's nest anthurium here. This is a really beautiful peperomia. Peperomias, like I said, are pet friendly. Some of them are a little more high maintenance as far as care, but these, the obtusifolias, are really good, really laid back. Then you can get cute ones that have like marble variegation, like this one or this one. Really lovely. Up here is a large silver band maranta, which was the first plant I showed, a smaller version. And then this one says it is $7.98. Wow. I don't know if that's the right price, but if so, that's the best deal ever. Some heartleaf philodendrons. This one's really great. Very similar care to like a pothos plant. And let's see what else. So we have some alocasia here. Alocasia are so beautiful. They're some of the first plants I was ever really drawn to when I got into plants, but they are a little bit pest prone, so you just want to make sure you wash down the leaves and maybe spray some insecticidal soap on there, because it's spider mites really that they're prone to. But with once a month, a little bit of that treatment, and they're good to go. Oh, we have a little ZZ back here, ZZ Zenzi. These are really cool. They're a dwarf ZZ variety. They're very compact. Let's see if there's anything else interesting over here. There's so many great plants today. What is this? Okay, Trubii Moonlight Skinned Apsis. I have had this plant. I ended up gifting it to somebody when I was moving because I had to limit my plants, but I'm growing my collection back again, so this is a great one. I found that it needs quite a bit of light, otherwise it gets really leggy and it'll put off vines. So just make sure to give this one a little bit of light, or you can just trim back the vines. And this plant can handle lower light if you trim the vines back. And the leaves will curl up when it gets thirsty. It's really a great plant, actually. Then we have a Xanthosoma. I struggle with this plant. It needs a lot of light, and I find that it is prone to spider mites. Beautiful ficus here. Altissima, it looks like. What else we have? Really lovely green philodendron. Cute little burgundy rubber tree. Some anthurium varieties. I just did a whole care video on anthurium. And if you're interested in any like additional, like more in-depth care on different plant varieties, I do have a houseplant care series that I do in addition to like plant shopping videos and stuff. These are beautiful bird's nest ferns. Now, ferns are also pet friendly as long as they're a true fern. And these are really lovely. I'm feeling these little crinkly things on the leaves. And a lot of fern are not very drought tolerant, but these bird's nest fern that have nice thick leaves, they're usually okay to be somewhat drought tolerant. Like they won't completely pass out if they don't get water like right away. Here's another bird's nest fern variety. This one doesn't have like the ruffliness as much, but it's really beautiful. Different variety. It's maybe like a Rojo Congo or something. Really lovely. This is a wonderful philodendron. When you see the philodendrons that have very dark leaves like this, they can handle lower light. Now all plants need a good amount of light to survive. Some more of the beautiful ruffly bird's nest ferns, and we have a Homalonema selby. Don't know much about Homalonemas. This is an absolutely beautiful Cebu blue pothos. Probably around $20. I'm having trouble finding. Oh yeah, they're 20. They're marked on the pot. $19.98 for these big beautiful plants. Cebu blue pothos is one of the few pothos I tend to struggle with. It's probably my fault, obviously. It's not probably, it definitely is my fault. And I can never figure out what exactly I don't get quite right with Cebu blue. So if you have tips on that, feel free to leave it in the comments. A beautiful lemon lime maranta. That's another one. We've seen the silver band and the red, and this one is the lemon lime because it has like lemon lime colors. Here's a red one, beautiful pink syngonium, probably a neon robusta. Here's another beautiful fern variety. Leaves are a little bit thinner on this one, so it's probably not as drought tolerant. Lots of cute little guys in here. I recently got a beautiful pink Photonia. A little bit of a different one than this, but I just love the pink color of those leaves. Now, Photonias are not drought tolerant at all, and they will do a Photonia flop, is what it's famously called, where they literally like pass out. But then once they get water, they're okay. So if that happens to your Photonia, don't worry, give it some water and it'll bounce right back usually. Some cool little ferns. We have some peace lilies mixed in here. Now don't sleep on these like little plants, because I did find a variegated peace lily in here one time for like $8. Best deal ever, because variegated peace lilies are really expensive. All right, we have another green philodendron, a little red maranta. What else we got going on? This looks like an interesting, there's been so many neat like new Pothos varieties coming on the market. This one looks like a Hawaiian gold, but I'm not sure exactly what kind it is. Okay, this looks like a philodendron Brazil. I have seen some that really look like they might be white stripe or something like that. Some cool bamboo. And beautiful alocasia. I found another one of these. I found one of these before that was variegated at a big box shop. The last time I was shopping here, I saw these and I couldn't figure out what kind of plant it was, and they're an olive tree. Thank you so much for helping me figure that out, everybody, because I would never have guessed that, but the second I saw that you put that it was olive, I was like, yes, that's definitely what it looks like to me. Looks like they kind of ran out of room for hanging plants, so they put them down here. This one's beautiful. This one's a Scindapsus exotica. It's one of my favorite plants. And you can find them a lot of places now, which is nice. They just have beautiful silvery leaves. They're so easy to take care of. As you can probably guess from this video, I tend to be an underwaterer, so my plants can go thirsty sometimes, and this plant handles that really well. They have some really lovely bromeliads today. Bromeliad tips water in the tank. And if it gets in the soil, that's fine, but you primarily want to keep the tank full. See how it's dry in there? That's not great for the plant. You want to always make sure the tank has some water in there. And it also only blooms once in its lifetime and then dies off, but it will put out pups. So if your bromeliad is starting to do this, perfect example. Although this one looks like it might be just dried out too much, but if it does this, that's not your fault. Probably just reaching the end of its life cycle. And you can propagate the pups. Alrighty. Lemon button fern. It's such a cute fern, and if you're really good at staying on top of watering, this is a good one. Although if it doesn't like its location, if it doesn't get enough humidity, if it goes too long without a drink, it will drop a lot of its little leaves, which won't look pretty, but also makes a big mess. Same with like asparagus ferns, or and plumosa fern. Beautiful pearls and jade pothos. Big fan of this one. Then again, another heartleaf philodendron. Gosh, lots of Hoya today. This is a gorgeous white Eddie for $20. Full pod of that. It has these nice long leaves, and then it has a little bit of a dark rim around the outside of the leaves. Very easy to take care of. I believe this is a Wyetii, not a Shippertii. Shippertii and Wyetii look similar, but I think the Wyetii is the only one with the dark around the leaves. But if I'm wrong, just leave it in the comments. This is a beautiful Episcia, cousin to the African violet, and it does put out blooms. You can see like it had a little bloom here. Does it have any active blooms? Oh, it does. They're not as impressive. You see a little pink bloom. Not as impressive as African violets. It's really about the foliage, and there's lots of different Episcia varieties with different color foliage, and I've even seen variegated ones at big box shops. This one's 20. So all the like big ones, big hanging ones are 20, and then the small ones are 15 or 16. And down here, some more of the cute little plants, some more of the fern varieties, little peace lilies. And how much are these? $5.98. Ooh, another peperomia. Nice variegated one. Pet friendly, pet friendly. Peace lilies, not pet friendly. Pilea, not pet friendly. Bird's nest fern, pet friendly. Sina, not pet friendly. Fern pet friendly, fern pet friendly, Pelea not pet friendly. What's friendly mean? Syngonium, not pet friendly, but absolutely beautiful, super easy to care for. And if it's looking really scraggly and rough, you can just go like this, and it will grow right back, you know, more full. And then with all plants, you just want to trim off the leaves as they die, because it's just going to suck all that energy from the plant, and you don't want it to focus on those dying leaves, but focusing on new growth. Wow, this one's really pretty. I've been seeing some really fun Syngonium varieties as well. We've been seeing Red Arrow coming onto the market. That's a beautiful Syngonium. I've seen some Syngonium batiks. So keep an eye out for some really great Syngoniums. And some lovely snake plants. Probably one of the easiest plants you can ever bring into your home. If you want low maintenance and you like the look of these, 10 out of 10 recommend. ZZ plants are great. Pothos are great. ZZ plant and snake plants I've found are similarly very easy. They can handle different lighting conditions. They're very drought tolerant, but you don't want to overwater. That's the thing. You don't want, and by overwater I mean you want to make sure there's well draining soil and that it's not remaining saturated for too long. If you have the right soil that's well draining enough, you don't run into issues with overwatering, and you can literally water as much as you want, and the soil will drain it out, as long as it's not sitting in a cover pot where the excess water drains out and then sits in the cover pot. Some really pretty Monstera. Let's see how much they are. $29.98. All right. Some pretty Adansonii here. I had a dream last night that I found a variegated Adansonii today. You know, you have a plant problem when you're literally dreaming about plants. Does anyone else have that happen every once in a while, where just like you're just dreaming about plants? It's so funny. I can only admit that to you guys. So these are around $20. One of the first plants that I fell in love with, and I remain in love with them. They're just amazing. And there's different like types of them. These are wide form, and literally it's like it says, it's just the wider form of Adansonii, and then you also get narrow form, which has like thinner shaped leaves. Really beautiful. They have variegated ones, very expensive, but there's all sorts of different variegated versions, like, I don't know, mint and all sorts of cool stuff. We have some Raven ZZs, big fan. I love all the different varieties of ZZs. I find them all to be great. The chameleon can be a little tricky because it seems to put out brown spots for people. I don't know why, but all the other ones haven't been any issues. Oh, so this is a White Knight philodendron, and yeah, I think the White Knight is the one I have, and it is literally like the best philodendron ever, and got absolutely massive. Like, if you want your philodendron to go fast and huge, this one, the white variegated philodendron, guys. I think mine's the White Knight, and it's amazing. Oh, shoot, $14.98. I take it back. They're not $20, they're $15. It's a great deal. Golden Crocodile, a huge fan of all of these. Golden Crocodile, Jungle Boogie, and Ring of Fire are all three varieties that are just have these like long philodendron leaves that look serrated on the sides. They're all really great, easy. Is this Regal Shield or Silver or something? Let me see. Regine. I always forget the name of this one. Beautiful alocasia. I don't have it in my collection, just because they're kind of spider mite prone, alocasias in general, but let me know if you have this and like what you think of it. Philodendron tortum. Literally the least philodendron looking like philodendron. If that makes sense. It does not look like a philodendron to me. It looks like a palm variety or something, but it's a philodendron, and they seem to struggle. I don't know, what do you guys, if you have success tips on philodendron tortum, please leave them in the comments. I'm sure a lot of us would appreciate like what you do to keep these guys thriving, because some people have a lot of success. I don't know if it's the self-watering pots that they're sold in or what. Some plants love it, some not so much. This is a beautiful Monstera Peru. Such a cool Monstera. Like, I just love the texture of those leaves. Ruby Rubber Tree. There's a lot of different rubber tree varieties. I think this one's my favorite because of the pink variegation. They have quite a few Episcias here today. I literally see 1, 2, 3, 4 Episcias. And that's just on this one little side. So if you're looking for Episcias, head out to Lowe's. We have another Hoya. Yeah, these are Hoya Wyetii. I just saw that this one is labeled. Other one might have been too, and I just missed it. But it's not Shippertii. Hoyas are so easy. I just love all of them. This is a heartleaf philodendron. Fabulous. Neon Pothos. Really lovely. And this looks like a golden Pothos, or maybe a Hawaiian. It's not labeled as anything else, so that's good. They have some of these cute little gardens. They are cute, but I stay away from them because not all the plants have the same care needs, and so it's hard to take care of them because the plants all have like different needs as far as like watering and sun and fertilizing and all that. Fern. I mean, some of these plants are huge. This is a Rex begonia, and if you're looking for a plant that has really gorgeously like beautiful colored leaves, Rex begonia is a great choice for an indoor plant. Rex begonia, aglaonema, there's a few that have like vibrant leaves. Another Episcia, we're not lacking for Episcia today. Some more of the pearls and jade, Pothos, beautiful, humongous golden Pothos there, I think. Have some crotons. We're gonna start seeing more crotons now that we're coming into fall. They do better outdoors than indoors, and they are prone to spider mites. I might do a croton care video. Speaking of that, if you guys have any suggestions on care videos, like certain plant varieties that would be helpful, please leave it in the comments. I think I might do a lithop one, maybe a Dieffenbachia one. I'm trying to do plants I haven't done care videos for yet. Maybe a peperomia one. I don't know. If there are certain plants that would be helpful, let me know. These look like marble queens. Yes, they are. $8.98. These ones have a lot of green. You can find some that are literally so white. They're really beautiful. Marble queen are one of my favorite pothos, I think. I love a lot of them, but the marble queens are next level. Beautiful. What do we have here? Little bonsai guy. Costa Farms bonsai. Okay, it's cute. 30. Interesting. I don't know much about bonsai, but looks nice. Struggling a little on this side, but I love the way they look. Some fun aglaonema here. Big fan of the little speckles. $20. But again, a lot of these are $15 now. $15. Up here, some syngonium. And I always forget the name of this. I think it's a pilea. It's not labeled, of course. I think it's a pilea. Beautiful Fittonia here. Some more syngonium. And then, so this is the green Fittonia. And the small one, $16.98. And then this is the pink one. They have some stunning pink princesses here. These are $20. I just purchased a pink princess from a nursery here in Grand Rapids called Countryside Greenhouse. If you haven't seen that video, it's the one I posted right before this one. It was an over budget but worth it video because I went crazy. That place is amazing. I cannot wait to go back. Their prices and their selection, it was insane. If you're near the Grand Rapids area, it's so worth checking them out. Oh my gosh. Ooh, we have some, looks like Rojo Congos. $15.98. That's not bad. And that's the regular price on these, not the discounted price. How much are these pink princess then? $15.98. Uh-oh. The wicks need to stay inside the pot in order for it to be able to access water. But pink princess philodendrons are so beautiful. I just love the pink variegation. Obsessed. What else do we have here? Some beautiful golden pothos. And some lovely peace lilies down here. Big fan of peace lilies. They're wonderful houseplants. Some more of my favorite ruby rubber trees. Lots of crotons. We'll be seeing, like I said, a lot of these in the fall. These large ones are $19.98. They're really beautiful though, aren't they? Then they have some nice money trees. The money trees are $15.98. Big fan of them. They're said to bring prosperity to the home. And who doesn't need to have a money tree in their home? I know I sure do. So, big fan of these plants. And they're not difficult. They're also pet friendly, which is nice. All right, they have some really beautiful Phalaenopsis orchids, $20 on those. At Walmart, I did see a variegated orchid, and the orchid itself wasn't, but the leaves were. And I'd never seen that before, and they were the same price. So keep an eye out for that, like variegated orchids. I didn't know that was a thing. I don't know much about orchids, other than like the basic care of them. Wow, this yellow one is so freaking beautiful. Oh my word. I'm a huge fan of them though. Like, I love orchids. Lots of Bromeliads. Oh my goodness. Look at them all. I love the really colorful Bromeliads. Then some Rex begonias. More money trees. Over here. Ooh. Uh-oh, I see something exciting. All right, so let's start down here. Some Dieffenbachias. These are all $15.98. Then beautiful Aglaonema. What variety is this? Is it... I don't want to say Silver Bay because I know it's not, but it's really, really, really beautiful. And it doesn't say, it just says Aglaonema. But gosh, that color is like so like silver blue. And then we have this one here. What else? Some little fiddly figs, $15.98. And calathea. Now this is the one I'm really excited about that I've seen. Da-da-da! It is a Wendlandii syngonium. They have it labeled as a Syngonium Black Velvet, and it is $16.98. This is an uncommon Syngonium. My first time ever seeing it at a big box shop, so it's crazy exciting when that happens. It really is such a velvety looking Syngonium. It's unlike any other Syngonium, and it's nice to get a nice big one of these. I remember when to get like 2 leaves of this was like $50. So to find a huge one of these for $16.98 is such a great deal. I love that streak down the middle, and I had one of these for a long time, and then it had mealybugs during the move, so I think I disposed of it. Unfortunately, sometimes you have to do that. That's just the way it is. But I think I'd love to get another one of these. Oh, exciting. Oh, this is another one that I see from time to time at big box shops. It's a type of lipstick plant. And if you don't know, lipstick plants are amazing. They're drought tolerant. They're just wonderful plants. They actually do put out blooms, which is exciting. This one is called a Black Pagoda. And it has like an interesting like design, for lack of a better word, on the leaves, as you can see here. And it's just really beautiful, and they put out gorgeous blooms. I think they're like yellow and red. Big fan of this plant. $16.98 on that one. And I've also seen quite a few variegated lipstick plants at big box shops, so that's definitely one to keep an eye out for, are lipstick plants at big box shops. And they're usually labeled. I've seen Mona Lisa, I've seen Pink Tie, and they're all awesome. 10 out of 10 recommend really any lipstick plant. There's not one that I've had that I've not had a good experience with. Then another beautiful Fittonia, like a red one it looks like. Some Pothos varieties, maybe golden Pothos, red Maranta. This one had a label, but it doesn't tell me what kind it is. I think it's a Pilea, like I said. Quite a few of them today, so I am kind of curious what it is. More Syngonium. Wow, this one's huge for $16. Some more of the beautiful philodendrons. What kind are you? Just this philodendron. I was wondering if this might be one of the interesting dark philodendron varieties. There's some really cool, uncommon, and rare ones, but it doesn't say. So if this is one of those, like, it's not a Dark Lord for sure, but if it's something fun, like, let me know. Some beautiful snake plants. So this is actually perfect. We have 2 palms here side by side. The one on the left is called a sago palm, and the one on the right is called a ponytail palm. And it's so funny that they're right next to each other, but I literally don't know why they sell the sago palm, because it is so poisonous. so poisonous. Like if your pet were to munch on it, or for some reason, who knows, kids these days, they might munch on it, or it's literally can be fatal. Where this one over here, to me, is just as cute, if not even cuter. Like, I love the little curly fronds, and it's safe, pet friendly. And I love the little base. So if you are coming to the store to look for something like cute and easy, go for the ponytail palm. And this is really the only plant that I say that about, the sago palm, because I love all plants, and the sago palm is so cute. I definitely think it's adorable looking. I think it's so cool looking, but no, definitely not. Always ponytail palm. Okay, rant over on that one. They have another Hoya here, a Hoya bursinae. It's really pretty, it's fuzzy. The blooms on all the Hoyas are so lovely. If you don't know what a Hoya bloom looks like, I definitely recommend looking it up. It kind of looks like a starburst. Not the not the candy, but just like the flowers are star shaped, and there's a bunch of them bunched in together, and each one smells totally different. Some smell like chocolate, some smell like perfume, some smell like urine. It just depends what kind you have, and it also smells kind of different to different people. So they're just fun. Ooh, this Aglaonema is beautiful. I bet with some light, this one would really put out some gorgeous red variegation. Wow, a lot of plants on clearance. Usually it's like 50% off for clearance. You want to be careful because some of them might have root rot, so always check the roots. Honestly, I recommend doing that anyways with any plant that you're buying. Check the leaves for pests. Again, always recommend doing that anyways. But yeah, these are really, like, there's a lot of them. And they have cacti too. Another little Birkin, and just the pots alone can be worth, you know, a few dollars or whatever. Look, you see this one has mealybugs? Oh no, it doesn't. That's just perlite on there. But the little white fuzzies, if it was a pest and not perlite, that's what mealybugs are. And you can get rid of them with like systemic granules. They're just a pain. So it's just easier not to like even to purchase a plant that has pests. Also, it helps prevent spreading to your other plants. Got some African violets in here. Big fan of African violets. Ooh, I'm a big fan of like clear nursery pots. And this one's $3.98, and I'm obsessed with this. So this one has a ton of airflow on the sides, lots of drainage on the bottom. You could see moisture in the soil, how the roots are doing. And then normally what I would do is like put this into, like I put my plant in this, pot it up with like very good soil, and put it into a cover pot. And then anytime you want to change out the cover pot, you can without having to repot the plant. Because you normally only have to repot your plants every couple of years, and even more for some plants. Although it is a good idea to, even if it's not root bound, to repot every couple of years, usually for indoor plants to refresh the soil in general. That's nice quality too. Some cute pots. Although I will say Walmart, the prices, they were popping off with pots. I think I might do like a lithop garden video. So I'm just seeing if they have any good like lithop or succulent pots. Like succulent pots, you want them to be shallow because the root system's so small, and you want a super good, like a really good, well-draining soil to promote the drainage. And in general, it's just good not to have way more soil than the size of the root ball. Otherwise, you can get root rot. Interesting. So something like this would actually be for orchids. Yeah, orchid pot. Because it has the like openness. This is technically an orchid pot as well, but I like to use them for all my plants. This is probably too many holes on the side, to be honest, though, for a houseplant. Now that I'm thinking about it. And the holes are too big. Maybe if it was like slits, I'd worry like the soil would kind of tumble out of there really easily. I take it back. What is that? But something like this is great. Like, I love the clear nursery pots. Oh, we got some plant accessories. I don't understand the whole misting thing. I find that for most plants, we don't want to necessarily have a bunch of water sitting on the leaves, especially for succulents and cacti, definitely not. The only time that I find that it's helpful is if a leaf is having trouble unfurling. That's usually due to lack of humidity, and in those cases it can be helpful. But I wouldn't get one of these, I'd get one of these because it's a very fine mist that comes out, and this is also a continuous mister, so it'll just keep spraying. This is helpful definitely for like little plants and cacti and that kind of thing. This watering can's nice. It's too small for me. Like I could water like 3 plants with it, but it's about the spout. I love how thin the spout is because you can water the soil without it getting all over the leaves. This one's more my style. Still a thin spout, but a little bit bigger. Very cool. Oh, this is cool. They're selling like ceiling hooks to hang plants. Like a whole kit. In the plant section, that's helpful. Instead of having to go hunt for it. Anything else? I never really look at the Lowe's like plant accessory stuff. This is all outdoor. Yeah, nice. I missed this missed this whole section, and then outdoors too. So we still have a little bit more of amazing houseplants, which is so exciting. So I wanted to point out this is called a crocodile fern. The leaves look like it has crocodile, like it's made of crocodile skin. It literally does look like scales on there. So really great, and I actually really like this pot as well. Curious how much this costs. Shoot, I wish they'd make the price easier to see. No telling. Let's take a guess. $26? Dang guys, $24.98. I was really close. I'm a professional plant shopper at this point. Oh, some cute little ZZ Zenzies. Love this. Love, love, love that. And it's cute they put a little top dressing on there too. And honestly, a little top dressing makes it difficult for fungus gnats to get in there and lay eggs, and they're so pesky. Then we have some more ZZ plants there. Some more ZZ Zenzies. I just love them. Cute little snake plants. These are pretty. Are they acorns with little air plants in them for $8.98? And then this is another plant that if you're gonna go for a calathea, because calatheas are kind of fussy, this is a pretty easy calathea to take care of. I've also heard this one's nice. Is this an ornata? I don't know, but I love the painted looking leaves. What else do we have? Some more air plants down there. Tillandsia, Aglaonema, Dracaena, Ficus. Ooh, I found some Hoyas. So these are $19.88 and they're on trellises. This one is a Crimson Queen, but it has some beautiful variegation on there. Then this one I think is called a Comungiana Hoya. This one looks like a Pubicalyx. These are guesses, so don't hold me to it. I don't see where they have like very like good obvious labeling, but those are my personal guesses. Monstera deliciosa. This one really does look like a Rojo Congo to me. Oh, Ficus, look at this variegation on there. Isn't that pretty? Has a little bit of green on the ruby. Absolutely love. These are cool. Living decor. They're growing in water. It's a pretty Syngonium. Peace Lily, Dracaena, Dieffenbachia back there. All right, let's take a look outside. Oh, wait, I missed all these up top. God, they have so many plants today. Oh, wow, look at this. It's another one of those bird's nest ferns, but this one has like cute little, I don't know, fronds sticking out the top there. Some calathea varieties. Maranta. Monstera deliciosa. It's a pretty Ficus. And a Birkin back there. Don't forget to always look at these stands near checkout because they always have fabulous houseplants. First off the bat, I'm seeing stuff I didn't see at the other section. So they have Parasitica Black Margin Hoya. which is really cool. Parasitica black margin. It has really neat like veining on the leaves. It's not like a parasite. I don't know why it's called Parasitica, but the black margin part comes because it has a black margin on the outside of the leaves, similar to the Wyetii Hoya I was showing you guys. This is really cool. I do have one of these, but I'm like tempted. And then this one is the Crimson Queen, so healthy and lush. I love that they have them on trellis. You know, Hoya do great on trellises, so if you have a Hoya and it's growing and you want to do something cool with it, go buy a trellis or make a trellis, and your Hoya will just love it. It's a fun project to do. Then I have some Birkins. I don't know why I keep blanking on the name today. Cute little Peperomia. ZZ. Okay, this one looks like a Prince of Orange philodendron. It's putting out its new leaf. See here? See how it's having trouble coming out? That's what the mister would be good for. But that's really the only thing I think misters are really that helpful with. This plant needs a little more humidity. It will probably do it on its own, but just spritz a little humidity on there, a little moisture, and it will help the plant. I don't recommend pulling it out yourself or unfurling it. It does tend to mess it up, but yeah, that's a good example. Gosh, I'm throwing out a lot of more tips than usual in this video. Some cute little alocasia varieties here, again with the olive tree on the trellis. I think that's interesting. And then up here is some alocasia, cute little calathea, burgundy rubber tree, another stunning calathea. For calathea, if they're crisping, it's probably due to lack of humidity, and also they enjoy distilled water. They are beautiful, but they also don't enjoy being dried out for any period of time. And trying to see if there's anything unusual. Oh, cute little palm. I just did a video on this little parlor palm. Pet friendly, which is nice. Up here, Syngonium, Pothos. Wow, look at this bird's nest fern. That's really cool. It's got the little fronds coming out the top as well. They have two different stands right up near the checkout for plants. So on this one, they have a lot of hanging basket plants. This one is a philodendron Brazil, and this is a really pretty one. I wonder how much it is. $16.98. I love philodendron Brazils. I mean, I would just treat it like I would a Pothos. Water it when it dries out. If you're not sure when to water it, literally when the soil is dry, but also it will start to droop a little bit to let you know. It enjoys being like nearish a window, but the Brazil is beautiful because it has the little stripes, the variegation in the center. That's how you can tell what it is. Another silver brand Maranta. Wow, look at this Syngonium. It's humongous. Humongous. Maybe a berry illusion. And I am about to check out, but I wanted to mention they have some plants outside. And they have like big ZZs, some Dracaena for $22, beautiful palms. These palms are $22. Also found a good deal on these huge Dracaena. They're $29.98 and they were $50, so that's a great deal. And then over here we have like the fiddly figs, $120. I feel like you can find a better deal than that. I've seen them bigger than this at other big box shops for $70, but I love fiddly figs so much. They're beautiful. Taking a look at the little succulent and cacti section, surprised they don't have more, but what they do have is really good. So they have a zipper plant, Tanzanian zipper plant, $34, and then this is a chocolate drop euphorbia. It's really cool. And it's called chocolate drop because the thorns look like chocolate drops. Now, euphorbia and cacti are often used interchangeably, and they're very similar in their care, but they are different. Euphorbia, like you see here, have thorns, and then the cacti have spines. But look, doesn't it look like little drops of chocolate, like that have been melted? Lots of cool succulents in here. I'm always impressed with their succulent choices. I found some really neat ones. I think this one's cool. I think it's really neat and different. They have some living stones. I think a lot of people think these are in fact lithops, but they're not. There we go. You can see it a little better. This is what it is, but I think the care is very similar to lithops. But let me know what you know about these guys. I did buy one before and I just couldn't keep it alive, but I think my problem is I was giving them too much water. And for me, that's saying a lot. This one's kind of neat. I don't know, I just think that the spines are so pretty on some of these. Look at these little guys. Well, they have the variegated corncob cacti. Wow, look at this guy. He's really cool. Oh, wouldn't want to get pricked by him though. Lowe's was stocked today. I could not believe all the plants they had. As soon as I thought I was done, there was like a whole other new plant section to explore. It was amazing. I definitely have a haul, but I'm trying to think of some noteworthy plants. They had a lot of really cool Hoyas on trellises, which I thought was interesting. They were just stocked to the like max with plants today. It was so cool. But there was one plant that really stood out to me, and if you watch the plant shopping portion, you'll know exactly which one I'm talking about. So let me share it. Dun da da! It is this beautiful Syngonium Wendlandii, or black velvet Syngonium. So this type of Syngonium I find is very different than other Syngonium varieties. It has very velvety leaf, hence the black velvet name, and the leaves are very dark green. And then I just love the like silvery stripe down the center. I don't have one in my collection right now. I used to, but it was riddled with mealybugs and I was moving, so I ended up disposing of it because sometimes when you have plants, that's one of the things that you have to do from time to time. So if you're ever in that situation, don't feel bad, it's okay. We do the best we can, it's all part of the journey. So I'm gonna give it another go because I've always loved this Syngonium, and this one used to be so rare, so hard to find. I said in the plant shopping portion, like 2 leaves of this was like a $50 plant not long ago. So it's really exciting to see this whole big thing for about $20. And Syngonium are really great, they're easy care. Now I find like the velvety leaf varieties of whether it's Anthurium or Philodendron or Syngonium, they seem to be a little bit more pest prone, so I will be treating this guy with systemic granules. I'll be spraying him down with insecticidal soap. He's a lot of leaves, so I'm gonna be spraying him down to try to get rid of like if there's any little eggs in there. I always recommend like taking a look at the roots, taking a look at the leaves before you purchase any plant from any shop. Make sure it's really healthy because we don't want to bring any of those little pesties back. It's a lot easier to prevent than to eradicate if you have an outbreak, but you can eradicate. Systemic granules, insecticidal soap, best combo ever. So I'll be proactively doing that treatment to prevent any issues. And yeah, it's just really, really cute. She's adorbs. I'm trying to think what else is noteworthy. Oh, I'll be giving it like bright indirect light, which Syngoniums really like. I'll probably have it under a grow light most likely. And I'll water it. So this one I learned from last time. A lot of Syngoniums can handle sort of being dried out. Not this one. This one does not like to be dried out for a long period of time. It's not very drought tolerant. It has thin leaves. Most Syngonium will start to like droop, but this one will crisp up like really quickly. So halfway dry, giving it a good drink. It is kind of lopsided a little bit, so I can either propagate that or trim it back if I want to. Syngoniums are great because if they start to get really leggy, you can just trim them back and then they'll just grow back, similar to like cane begonias. So very, very excited about this one. And then I got it for $17 compared to what it used to be. Price at is amazing. It looks really healthy, really beautiful. So if you've been looking for this plant, check out your local Lowe's. It's very exciting. Again, if you want to see happy planty videos in your newsfeed, definitely subscribe. And we have a great community on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Let me know what good finds you've been finding at the big box shops. All right, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and then I get to see you soon. Bye.